be.
Well, I just doubt it because it is a little late right
You're
now.
live.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. And talk about once again, as I said, one of us is drunk, the other isn't. Can you guess who?
It's Arthur.
It is Arthur. It's true. But in all seriousness, guys, great Super Bowl, and for those of you that were I think all of us were expecting an offensive matchup between two teams, and we got one of the most defensive Super Bowls that we've had in recent years.
It honestly was a classic Super Bowl back. I mean, this is classic football. This was run it up your fucking throat kind of football and stuff it down. Aaron Donald, McCong Sue, Dante Hightower, who I thought was my Super Bowl MVP, not Julian Edelman. Dante Hightower was just insanity throughout the entire game.
He was.
He controlled that game. But back to what you said, honestly, defense ran this game right here. This was amazing.
Well, and you get into the conversation of people will say, oh, offense is the new way to go. Guess what, guys? Defense still wins championships.
Yeah, offense might get you there. Defense is going to win you there.
Defense will win you there because at the end of the day, the Patriots defense showed up for all 60 minutes. They did not quit, and they owned that matchup. Jared Goff was on his butt for at least 50% of that game. And I'm thinking it's probably closer to 70% of his dropbacks that he was at least
was touched
or pressured.
Yeah.
Because I genuinely cannot remember a play where Jared Goff wasn't I can, but they got their butts kicked. Yeah. The Rams came in riding high. They were probably thinking, oh, we're about to come in and dominate these old men. And it was anything but that.
Yeah. And it's back to what I said in the preview, that the Patriots were going to dominate the game. I thought it was going to be a lot high scoring. I thought it was going to be a much bigger deal. Aaron Donald did show up. Todd Gurley did not.
That is very, very true.
I said it needed to be both of those for them to even have a chance. And it ended up being a 13-3 win. But if you look at that game, the Patriots might as well have won that thing 45-0.
Yeah.
It was a disgusting, just a performance. They dominated from literally the opening kickoff.
They did.
From the time the Rockets' red glared in the national anthem to the end of the game when Julian Edelman got MVP, they dominated.
They did. They truly did. Every single minute of that game, the Patriots did what the Patriots do. I think that the game was tied for a total of 2 series?
Yeah.
I think it was tied for a total of 2 series for the entire game. And even then, I was like, Patriots aren't going to allow them to score again. Because they were genuinely dominating that entire game. Arsenal lost again. We love Stan Kroenke. Yes.
Stan Kroenke is where it's at, man.
Stan Kroenke is the OG. We all know it.
We need him in this league.
But, I mean, guys, seriously, if you watch that game, if you watch that from the whole game, and there's some of you that I know for a fact are going to be watching most of it tomorrow, because I understand that for some of you across the world, this game is on at midnight. Ludicrous times for you. So it's kind of like, I mean, we don't have to necessarily get up super early most of the time, but getting up occasionally 5:30 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning to watch a match, it's not that bad. Good morning, Maria. It's good to see you. But Pats Nation did own that game, Barry. And listen, Aaron, we both called the Patriots winning this. But, I mean, honestly, were you surprised at the fact that this game did not have more touchdowns?
A little bit, yeah. I thought there'd be more on the Patriots side of the ball, not necessarily on the Rams. I thought that Tom Brady would be able to exploit more of the holes in the Rams defense that I saw throughout the year. Mm-hmm. But when it came down to it, it wasn't any issue at all that they didn't have to exert themselves.
No.
They ran the ball, they ran it up their throats, and they just kept doing it and basically told the Rams, make us work.
Yeah.
And the minute the Rams tied it up, the Patriots went back down, scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And then said, make us work.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Aaron. You're absolutely right. And like you said, the entire game, the Patriots they were in cruise control.
Yeah,
like there wasn't a point in this game where I was like, oh, the Patriots they kind of look like they're going to struggle here. Yeah, guess what? They didn't have the greatest offensive performance, guys. The Rams defense did show up. There's no denying that. The Rams defense showed up, but their offense did not. That Patriots defense shut them down.
Yeah, and it's exactly like Barry said right there. Belichick showed a masterclass on defense. He said exactly how you call a game.
Exactly. And here's the thing. This is going to be a game that I honestly believe if you go through and you watch what the Patriots did to stop the Rams, this is the game plan, because the Rams did what they've done the entire season. There are multiple guys making runs across the back line. They have their guys doing what they prototypically do. And end of the day, they couldn't get open. There was maybe a total of 6 big plays that were maybe I think it was over 15 yards that the Rams had. And think about how many they had throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Like throughout the entire year, the Rams offense was the best in the NFL, if not the second best to Kansas City.
Yeah.
Which that ultimately says everything you need to know about what wins the game. At the end of the day, a defense will always win.
That's why the Rams went out there and they got guys like Aaron Donald, Aqib Talib. They got guys that are going to go out there and change the game on defense because they understood that. And when it comes down to being the greatest, you're not going to trump Tom Brady. You're not going to trump Bill Belichick.
No
matter
not.
what you do. And I'm not saying the Rams aren't a good team. I think they're going to win a Super Bowl. Maybe somewhere in the next 3 years, they're probably going to get back to the Super Bowl, win it. And it's not going to be against the Patriots. But when it comes down to it, it's defense. If you have the better defense, you're going to win the game because you control everything. And that's what we were saying before the game. That's why we thought the Patriots were going to win the game. And in my opinion, that's why Dante Hightower was the MVP. He was making big play after big play.
Yeah.
Edelman was getting his catches here and there. And I mean, that's amazing. But
yeah, Barry, we 100% yes, Dante Hightower could be in the conversation for MVP, 100%. But Edelman, 10 catches, 141
Yeah, Barry,
yards.
I'm not saying that Julian Edelman didn't have an insane performance against the Rams today. I mean, he was taking Aqib Talib for a ride all game. He said, you and me, bitch, we're going.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's something where you look at that matchup. You look at the fact that, guess what? The Rams, they brought in Marcus Peters. They brought in Aqib Talib. They already had, oh my God, why am I drawing a blank on the guy they already had there? Big, tall guy, like 6'2", 6'3", cornerback.
Sean Smith?
No, not Sean Smith.
I don't know.
Anyways, sorry, guys. Like there was a guy that he's been a Pro Bowler before that they've been a cornerback there. And then they still brought in Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib. And, guess what? For the most part, everybody else in the game was shut down. For the most part. I mean, Chris Hogan didn't do anything. Rob Gronkowski really didn't do anything.
Like Gronk had the biggest catch of the game, though, getting him to the 2-yard line.
Yes, he did.
Gronk showed up when he had to, exactly like Gostowski did.
Yeah, that's true. So, DW, I mean, I get where you're coming from, because for a lot of people, they want to see an offensive performance. They want to see like basically what you want to see is you want to see a New England Patriots against the Atlanta Falcons.
And exactly the way we grew up. We grew up with the 2000s Ravens. We grew up with defense running a game. We grew up with hard nose, run it up the middle, try your shit, and get shut down kind of defense. Yeah. And that's why, to us, and when we grew up with that, that's an exciting game for us. And I get that for a lot of people, you'd want to see the high-scoring type of offense that the Rams and Chiefs could have put on or anything like that, a shootout, basically. But you have to understand, this was a masterclass. This was a defensive, basically, showdown between Bill Belichick and Wade Phillips, saying who's going to win. Yep. And Bill Belichick said, I'm doing it longer, bitch. Like, we're doing this.
I've been doing this 18 years. I've won 6 Super Bowls over 18 years. So, Maria, you asked a fantastic question there. For us as Cardinals fans, for us as season ticket holders of the Arizona Cardinals, how far are the Cardinals behind the Rams, and will we see them in the Super Bowl before we see the Rams? I would say it's less than 5 years, because here's the thing. You look at what the Chicago Bears did, going worst to first. Yeah, it's possible.
I get that it's possible, but that's not the standard.
And it's not the standard. All it would take, though, is just it takes Cliff Kingsbury coming in, instituting his offense, and the defense going back to being the defense it was even just the year before. If we get an offense that is anything, if it's 60% of what Bruce Arians was doing at his peak, and you had that defense that the Cardinals had, that 3-4 man press, Chandler Jones and Marcus Golden coming at your bitch ass, you will get shut down by the Arizona Cardinals.
And I'm not saying that the Cardinals aren't. I think that they were a lot closer this year than their record would have shown they were to the playoffs. I think Steve Wilkes had a big thing to do against, or had a big role to play. In how bad we were. Cliff Kingsbury, it's yet to be seen what his effect is on the offense. It's yet to be seen what his effect will be on the entire team as a whole. That's why I say we're 5 years and under is what I'll say.
Okay, 5 years. I think that's fair. I think 5 years and under is a fair.
5 years. I'd say his whole contract will be what we play out.
No,
Jose Antoine winning champs league.
That is very real, Barry. Very, very real. Very, very real. In DW, like you said, a defensive masterclass, not the best advertisement of the game to any new fans. You are absolutely right, because the way that the modern game is going, people want to see that Monday night football game of the Rams against the Chiefs.
You want to see 100+ points in a game, and it's exciting, but when you see this, you have to recognize how special that game was. And how Bill Belichick called that game in a way that no one could.
Yeah.
He saw everything coming before it happened. You could see he knew slants were coming. He'd have Dante Hightower sitting back. He knew exactly what was going to happen before the Rams even knew what they were going to call.
Well, and we saw the stat before the game before the second half even started. I'm pretty sure that the Rams on their first 10 drives punted.
8.
It was the first 8 drives punted?
8 drives. The Rams' first 8 drives, they punted every single time.
On a 3-and-out, too. Yep. On a 3-and-out. That is something that it's unheard of for a team that was one of the best and most talented offenses in the NFL. Unheard of. And, like we were just talking about, guess what? Yeah, I think he wants to probably.
Yeah. No, he's sad that the Rams lost.
Arthur is sad that the Rams lost. Arthur did have a bet on the Rams to win the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, Arthur's out about 50 dog bones.
And DW, just so you know, the MVP went to Julian Edelman. He had 11 catches for 140-something yards. And while he did deserve it, I would agree with you that Stephon Gilmore or Dante Hightower deserved it more because it was such a defensive game.
Yes.
And it was controlled by the defense. I would say that even in the first half, my call was Patrick Chung. Patrick Chung was on every single big catch. Anytime there was a big play to be had by the Rams, he was there breaking it up.
And not only that, he was there laying the wood.
Yeah.
He
ended up breaking his arm, and I'm glad he got his ring.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Very happy for honestly, a lot of people will hate on the Patriots. And we talked about this in the preview. A lot of people will hate on the Patriots for the fact that they are so successful. For me, I cannot hate on greatness.
Yeah.
We like Aaron said, we have grown up watching the Patriots. The Patriots for the last 18 years, which is basically, for the most part, not only my childhood, but it's all of my adult life. I have watched the Patriots dominate this game for 18 years.
Yeah.
That is genuinely, like you were talking about on the preview, that is Manchester United level of Sir Alex Ferguson dominating this game for that long. That is unheard of in the NFL. This has never happened. Bill Belichick has won 6 Super Bowls. The next closest coach has 4. 4. That means Bill Belichick not only had more than anybody else, he just added another one on top of that. No one is catching him. I guarantee you, no one will catch Bill Belichick in winning 6 Super Bowls.
And that's why, Barry, when you had Pat 7.5, that's a hell of a call right there. Next round is on you, bud. You're buying us beer.
Barry, you are buying the beer because you did put the bet on. And like we told you guys, we said put the bet on the 2.5. Guaranteed. I knew that they were going to win by 3 or more. Mm-hmm. I knew it. And Matthew, sorry you can't sleep, man. I know you got school today, so unlucky.
Hey, man. Just get energized by our riveting voices and honestly hot takes. Here we come.
We out here in 2019.
But yeah, you know what? Belichick is up there with Fergie. And I'm a Liverpool fan. I'll admit that Fergie is one of the greatest managers of all time. And honestly, Bill Belichick is up there with the greatest of any team in any sport. He is up there.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you, Aaron. And listen, no manager, coach, whatever, is ever going to be able to be on that Sir Alex Ferguson level of winning that many league titles over that many years. It's just the truth. It's something that in other sports you can't really compare it to American sports because that is hard to do. But what you can compare it to
is success.
And Bill Belichick has constantly, I think that there's only been 1 year in his entire time with the Patriots that he has not won the division.
And honestly,
I think that was the year that Tom Brady went down with his ACL injury.
When Matt Castle, well, no, there was a year with Drew Bledsoe. There's been years where they've been down. There's been years where there's been injuries and things like that. Like Randy Moss, when he was there, they won the AFC Championship. They didn't win that. But when it comes to winning divisions, I honestly think that Bill Belichick is. I can't think of a year where anyone else did.
No,
I know the Jets got close a couple of times, but
let's see here. When Brady walked in the tunnel with 9 minutes on the clock, you just knew something was going to go down. With those boys. Seriously,
that's the thing. When Brady ever has the ball in his hands, and you know it's a clutch situation coming up, you know Brady's going to come out on top smiling. That's the thing.
So Matthew gets unlucky. He said he first half he was there for saw only his last half of the game, was 3-3, went for a crap, and then wound up being.
That's what'll happen. That's what'll happen in the NFL. It's happens to Tom Brady all the time. You'll leave for half a second, you come back, you're like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, and Barry said that he put his bet because of you saying 35-10.
35-10 honestly was a solid bet. 7.5 was solid. Anyone calling that was way ahead of everyone else because there were I think they reported 9 $1 million plus bets on the Rams to win tonight.
Which, by the way, hot take for you here. We just heard about this today. Apparently, and this is all conspiracy theories. Apparently, there is an NFL entertainment lawyer, guy that has worked for them for the last 40 years.
Oh, man.
He claimed that the NFL is fixed and that they know who they are going to have in the Super Bowl before the year even happens.
Man, I don't want to talk about this right now. I'm too drunk for this.
You guys want to hear this? He was shot dead in the parking garage of the NFL headquarters.
Yeah.
Shot dead in the parking garage of the NFL headquarters after making the claim that everything is fixed.
I don't know what that has to do with anything right now. Tom Brady's still the best of all time. That guy's obviously not. What's up?
Yeah. No, Ob's not.
Kroenke crying in his beer, you bet your ass he is. He's going to put $1 billion inside of his LA stadium. He's regretting every decision right now moving from St. Louis. They were giving him a free stadium there. Arthur, are you just sad about the Rams?
Arthur is very, very
sad
upset
about the Rams, bud.
He just wants all the love because he needs to be consoled. He lost 50 dog bones today, guys.
Oh, no.
He lost 50 dog bones. It's sad. It's sad. Poor Arthur. But we'll get back into this game for you guys. I mean, so Aaron, first quarter, reality, this game should have ended at 16-3.
Really should have.
Gostkowski missed an easy field goal.
Did miss a field goal. That happens all the time, especially this year. I haven't seen as many missed field goals as I have this year than any other year in the NFL.
100%.
Gostkowski is probably the greatest kicker in the NFL. In at least modern time, he's the best kicker. But him missing that field goal, that just goes to show the perseverance that the Patriots have.
Yeah,
and that they didn't let that get to them at all. By the way, guys, if you like Arthur's pajamas, leave a like on the video right here and just let everyone know that he has the best pajamas of any dog ever.
His grandpa got them for him.
He even has a hoodie to go with his pajamas.
Look at the hoodie on Arthur's pajamas.
He has a hoodie for his pajamas.
He is the cutest. He is the cutest. If I liked that, I would. Matthew, we would appreciate it. So create 10 fake accounts, leave the 10 likes.
Yeah. And George is raging after putting the 500 quid on Arthur after that bet.
We told him, we told him to take the Patriots.
Yeah.
We told him. But I mean, let's see here. I want to see Arsenal fans rejoicing all over the world. Vandy, 100%. Arsenal fans right now are the happiest people in the world.
DT is so happy right now.
DT, I guarantee you that DT is drunk some way. I mean, DT's probably drunk all the time. But
with the takes that he has, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But I mean, DT, in all fairness, I get your frustration with Kroenke because he has been putting all of his money recently into getting the LA Rams to potentially trying to be a successful franchise. And I mean, 2 years with a new head coach, got to a Super Bowl. That is something that is very impressive.
Yeah.
But as we were just talking about, very possible that the NFL is rooting for them to be successful.
Yeah, it is very possible that the NFL does want them to win. But again, it just goes back to what wins Super Bowls.
What wins Super Bowls is defense. Yeah. Defense. He's just going to plow more money into the Rams now. Yeah, probably DW probably.
He spent so much money on the Rams this year. He spent so much time working on trades. He worked on getting guys like Dante Fowler here. He worked on guys getting Aqib Talib here, spending so much money on them that we haven't seen.
It makes you wonder how they had that much money.
Yeah, I don't know how they had that much cap space.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show there's rules in the NFL where you can't spend a certain amount of money.
You can't. I think it was like 162 million is your top salary cap this last year.
If you go over that, like basically you just can't go over that.
No, exactly. But I mean, do you support the Suns? Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Kenzie, 100%. We are both Suns fans.
We grew up Suns fans from the time I was one to the time he was one, basically. We've been Suns fans. Our dad raised us right. What's up?
That's right. Well, I mean, listen, it hasn't been an easy last 10 years.
Yeah.
But let me tell you what, there has been some glory times. But let's go ahead and let's get back into this game. So first quarter, if I remember correctly, it ended 3-0 for the Patriots.
Yeah.
And it went into half 3-0 Patriots.
Yep.
Second half really was just all defense. It was all just, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Patriots would drive a little bit, but it would basically make it so the Rams were starting from their 10.
Yeah.
And the Rams, in fact, I'm going to try and see if I can find that.
I just think the most underrated part of the Patriots game is the special teams that they have.
Wow. So, guys, this is a stat for you right here. Thank you to Apple News. The Patriots win the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever. Ever. That is intense.
That's called excitement right there, folks. You just saw the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever by the greatest quarterback ever.
Yeah. And genuinely, what I'm going to do for you guys is, because I'm not going to have time to go through and look at every single drive and where it started from, but I would be very interested in seeing how many drives the Rams started from inside their 15-yard line.
Yeah.
Because for where that score ended at 13-3, the Rams were constantly.
Yeah, and I know it's a lame take and that like all the quote-unquote football guys, not soccer guys, football guys, real football guys, we're out here saying that special teams can win you a game. And that if your punting game is on point, if your kickoff is on point, when Stephen Gostkowski was out there, honestly, I saw so many kicks and I'm like, that's a terrible kick. And all of a sudden it just floats and floats and floats and floats. And it's at the 1 yard line. The guy can't just kneel it. And he's got to return that now.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. I saw so many punts from the Patriots that were inside the 20. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And it's consistency that's incredible. Not the fact that they're doing it. It's the fact that they did it at least 5 times. I saw the punter get that ball inside the 10. I've never seen anything like that. That's a masterclass on special teams. That's what Bill Belichick prides himself on.
Special teams and defense. You were absolutely right on that. And it's with Johnny Hekker. Johnny Hekker multiple times pinned the Patriots deep. And it's what made this game a hard one.
Yeah.
It's what made it such a defensive
Johnny
performance.
Hekker is an incredible punter. And I think you're going to see the Rams, as DW was saying, how much money you're going to plow into the Rams, and a lot is the answer. I think you're going to see a lot of money this offseason, because when you're in LA, when you're in a market like LA where they kind of just don't care about you. Unless you're winning, they don't care.
And even if you're winning, and even if you're winning, that's the fact.
Because the Chargers were the best team in LA this year, and no one was going to their games.
Well, then you look at the playoff game. The Cowboys went there, and It was a Cowboys home game in LA at the Rose Bowl. It was insane to hear how loud it was.
I think you're going to see a lot of money this offseason plowed into the Rams. I think you're going to see
for advertising.
I think you're going to see a lot of it into keeping Greg Zuerlein and Johnny Hekker. I think you're going to see more of it, not necessarily into keeping guys like Aqib Talib and more signing guys, like re-signing guys like Nickel Roby, who, while he did have that terrible pass interference against the Saints, he's been good all year.
Yeah, for the most part.
I think you're going to see them keeping people, trying to keep people together.
Did you see the fans were wearing subscribe to PewDiePie t-shirts behind?
And if you're watching now, go subscribe to PewDiePie if you have not, because he needs your help.
Yes, we don't want Indian media companies taking over YouTube. Come on now, guys.
Yeah, and Goff, dude, as DW, what do you think of Goff's performance? He was
a rabbit in the headlights.
Honestly, I think Goff, and it's what everyone was kind of saying this whole time showing up. He's not ready for this moment. It's his third year in the league. His first year he had Jeff Fisher, which basically we're just not going to count that. Second year was Sean McVay, where he was successful, yeah. This is his third year where he's just kind of figuring things out, got him the Super Bowl, and you can see how talented he is. He has so much arm talent. He has so much physical ability. It's the mental side of the game that he's not picking up, because McVay
literally calls everything.
And a lot of people aren't going to like understand what this means, but he's basically doing pre-snap reads where he's telling Jared Goff before the snap exactly what's going to happen. He's telling him who the Mike linebacker is, who's going to be blitzing him, who's going to be dropping back into coverage. And when you're doing that for the quarterback, you can't rely on that, because then teams are going to figure you out like the Patriots obviously did.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
The Patriots obviously knew exactly what they were doing when it came to that, because they were basically feinting coverage. They were just showing blitz when it wasn't a blitz. And they were throwing Sean McVay off, and Sean McVay didn't know what to do. And that's exactly what happened. He was a little you could just tell he was a little boy against grown men out there playing.
Yeah, no,
he wasn't ready for this moment.
No, and like you said, he was a little boy in his own world today. Shame after the great season he had. Listen, ultimately, I don't even call it a shame. I'm just like, you know what? Honestly, this is where my fear is with bringing in somebody like Cliff Kingsbury, because I fear that Cliff Kingsbury will be very similar to Sean McVay, and that like Aaron just said, Sean McVay basically lines out everything before the play and says, this is what's going to happen, and this is what you're going to do. This is who you're going to throw to. Basically, that's what he does before every single play, and that hinders a quarterback's effectiveness.
And that right there is why it shows that guys like, Aaron Rodgers might be the most talented quarterback in the NFL. Or that Jared Goff might have had a great season, or Patty Mahomes might have had an amazing season. You're not the best quarterback.
Nope.
You're not winning games out there. Tom Brady's the one winning these games. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. It was announced today.
Yep.
And credit to him, he earned MVP.
He 100%
That doesn't make you the best, though.
No, you're absolutely right. It doesn't, just because you win the MVP does not necessarily make you the best player. It's just the truth. And listen, Vandy, I'm 100. You're talking about Max Kellerman on ESPN saying
first of all, Max Kellerman's dumber than fucking Skip Bayless. Second of all, Brady already said he's going till 45, at least.
And listen, with the way we talked about this in the pregame, with the way that Tom Brady plays this game, he does not need to be the guy that's going to be throwing. He'll occasionally launch off like a 30, 35-yard pass like he did to Gronk to set them up for the only touchdown of the game. You're going to see that happen occasionally. But for the most part, it's 5, 10, 12-yard passes, quick passes, where Tom Brady literally is just 1, 2, 3, bam. 1, 2, 3, bam.
Yeah.
It's like that. Tom Brady needs no time to be able to read a play. Tom Brady reads this game better than any quarterback ever has.
Tom Brady knows what a defense is going to do before a defense knows what their call is.
Yep.
He knows exactly what's coming. He knows exactly where to put the ball. And you saw it all day today, aside from the times he was going to Chris Hogan on a few plays here and there.
And there was the one interception he did throw.
Yeah, that was a Chris Hogan. But even then, I don't know if that was his fault, man.
No, I don't I don't either. Yeah, no, 100% Vandy. Yeah. 100%.
And I would say, too, if you got any questions, I would write them in now, because the stream's probably going to be ending pretty soon. I got to get home. It is kind of late here.
It's 9:07, which I know it's early over there for you guys. It's 4 a.m. for some of you guys. Guessing Brady is like the Ryan Giggs of American football in terms of sheer longevity. That and the fact of being with one team for his entire career.
Yeah.
You're 100% spot on there. I mean, Ryan Giggs, granted, soccer, we'll call it soccer since we're talking about football, American football here. But soccer is a very different sport where you don't necessarily need to be able to.
I'd say it's easier to stay on one team your entire career in soccer than it is in the NFL.
For the most part, yeah. But, I mean, you do notice that the truly great players tend to not go anywhere. It's very rare that you get a Joe Montana that winds up going to Kansas
or a Larry
City.
Fitzgerald or
exactly.
anything like that, unless they're going for their swan song and the team just doesn't want to re-sign them.
No, and DW said comes with experience. Obviously, Goff will be better next season.
And I've been saying that Goff is amazing. He's an amazing quarterback. He's talented as anyone else. He's as talented as any other quarterback in this league.
No, and I.
But when it comes to being able to read your own plays, when it comes to not having to have Sean McVay hold your hand on a pre-snap read, that's where he's going to need to learn his own game.
Yep.
And that's where Jeff Fisher, I don't know if anyone's been paying attention for the last 3 years, in his rookie year, Jared Goff was horrendous.
Yes, he was.
It was sad to watch him play.
People thought for sure, because the Rams have busted. Had busted on 3 straight quarterback drafts. I mean, going with Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford, absolutely garbage for the Rams. Absolutely garbage. And it's just
the last Super Bowl the Rams played and they lost to Brady and the Patriots, man. Brady just stays winning. That's all we can say, Matthew. He doesn't know how to lose, man.
Tom Brady genuinely doesn't know.
He stays taking W's. He's got Giselle. He's got a beautiful family, got billions of dollars in the bank. He doesn't know what an L is.
Tom Brady does not know what an L is.
You can't even say Giselle right because there's too many L's in that form.
We out here in 2019, guys. We out here.
Like, when it comes to Jared Goff, he's an insanely talented quarterback. He's going to learn. He's going to be better. In the next few years, I think the Rams are going to win a Super Bowl. They're going to come at least very close.
Yeah.
Brady.
Hey, man. I mean,
That's exactly what it is.
He's no Mark Wahlberg, but, I mean, he's definitely, a Wom Brady. That's for sure. I mean, so, Aaron, we can kind of start wrapping this up a little bit. I mean, we'll talk about what was ultimately the winning drive, the one that was the touchdown drive.
And that was Rob Gronkowski catching that ball on the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, well, and also, like you talked about, I mean, I know we both talked about it, but like you talked about, for 3 plays, they ran the ball straight up the middle, and it went for, I think it was 18, 20, and 8. And then there was a 35-yard pass.
In my opinion, I don't think there was a true MVP in this game. I don't think that Julian Edelman, what he did, his stat line was great. He didn't affect the game. It wasn't him. On all those drives where he accumulated his yards, they ended up punting. They ended up turning the ball over. It wasn't Julian Edelman that won them the game. It was the big plays by guys like Rex Burkhead, Phil Devlin, guys like Rob Gronkowski, guys like Patrick Chung, Dante Hightower, who showed up when you needed them to show up. That's when the wins came.
Yep.
That's when the Rams realized we're not going to win this, that we don't have a shot. Stephon Gilmore. Picking that ball off.
Stephon Gilmore picking that ball off was crucial.
Yeah,
because they had just gotten to the point where the Rams were driving, and the Rams looked like they were going to score a touchdown, and then Stephon Gilmore just there right when he needs to be on a very poor Jared Goff throw.
A terrible throw, but that was great pressure by the guys like Dante Hightower, and honestly, Cardinals Super Bowl next year. We could only hope, DW. I really hope so. That would be the greatest thing that could happen for all of us.
And Joe Anderson, we are 100% talking about the fact that the Patriots defense won this game.
Oh, yeah.
We have said that multiple times from the start of this to the finish. The Patriots defense was beyond special.
My personal MVP was Dante Hightower. That was it.
But we are right now trying to wrap it up a little bit. So we're talking about the game-winning drive here.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you had three runs right up the middle.
Yeah.
And then Gronk just there, right when, like you said, right when he needs to be, and just brings it in cool as you like.
I just want to say, is the most unselfish player in all of the NFL. He doesn't care about accolades. He doesn't care about being the name guy. He could go to any team and be the biggest name on that team.
Easily.
He can be anywhere and get all the sponsorships, but he doesn't care about that. He cares about winning.
Amen, Joe. We said that right at the start of the show. Yep. We said offense might get you there, but defense will win you championships. 100%. And Goff was getting destroyed.
Get you there, defense win you there. That's what the saying is right there.
And Vandy, like you said, Goff was getting absolutely destroyed today by the Patriots defense. And we said it. Listen, I'm going to be curious to see the stats once this kind of all is wrapped up. And I think that we might wind up doing another maybe Super Bowl recap, kind of really dive into the stats a little bit of this game, because it's hard to get the stats that quick afterwards. Yeah. But we could break this game down just based on what are the stats. Because like I said, I'm willing to bet that Jared Goff was probably, if not hit, at least pressured 70% of his passes, if not more. I'm willing to bet you that the Rams, we can look that up right now, but I can almost guarantee the Rams had less than 200 yards of total offense.
Yeah.
The Rams did nothing like we all thought. Like most people would have thought they would have done. Everybody thought that this was going to be somewhat of an offensive game. And not truly like an offensive game, but at least it was going to be like you said, maybe like a 35-10. I thought it was going to be a little bit high scoring than that. I thought it would have been like maybe a 31-20, 35-24, somewhere in there.
And personally, I don't want to get into whose stats were what, but you could have said to me that this game was Patriots had 500 yards and the Rams had 20. It was such a dominant game by the Patriots. They didn't let up a single inch.
No.
It was just when you grow up the way we grew up when defense ran the NFL, this was a nostalgic throwback Super Bowl for us. And it might have been the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever, but it felt so much more exciting to me, this is more exciting than the 105 points put up by the Chiefs and the Rams in that Monday night game this year.
For us, like Aaron just said, I love defense. That's the reason why I was so frustrated watching the Arizona Cardinals this year, because I watched a defense that last year was one of the top 5 in the NFL be absolutely ruined and taken to a 4-3 and put into a zone defense, something that they have not done for the last 10 years, guaranteed the last 10 years. Yeah. And we switched off from that, and it ruined our defense. And that's why I am just so happy that we are going to be going forward, going back to our old style defense. Yeah. And I genuinely believe that, like DW said, if the Cardinals can have their defense back and Cliff Kingsbury can get this offense playing to 100% of its potential, I have no doubt in my mind we couldn't be at least in and around the NFC Championship game next year.
To me, that's just a lot of ifs.
It is a lot of ifs.
To commit to that. But Vandy had a point that this was the most intense Super Bowl in a very long time. I think the second most intense Super Bowl that I've ever personally witnessed was the Ravens winning in 2000. And that was just Ray Lewis shitting on guys.
Like Ray Lewis and Reed.
Ray Lewis said, "You want to get in this limo? I'm going to stab you in the chest. What's up?" And Maria, like you said, it might be disappointing that there weren't as many touchdowns as you would hope in a Super Bowl. You want it to be exciting. You want it to be a shootout. You want it to be last-second plays. But you have to understand that the defense that you just witnessed right there, you're never going to see anything like that again. Even if the Patriots are in it next year, it's not going to be as good as it was tonight. This was something so special to see them shutting down the Rams. The Rams had the highest scoring offense, the best offense in the NFL. And the Patriots said, "Bring us all the smoke because we want it." And just said, "Get it out of here."
No, the Rams genuinely did not stand a chance in this game.
Yeah.
And granted, we both picked the Patriots to win pretty big.
Yeah.
But genuinely, I didn't even expect it to be this dominant of a performance. I expected the Patriots to dominate, but not to this level. This was defensively one of and this is the best way to put it. For, like you said, an offense that is one of the best that the NFL has ever seen.
Yeah.
It's not even just one of the best this year. It's one of the best the NFL has ever seen. That, to me, says everything about this Patriots defensive performance, and that's where we're going to start wrapping this up and kind of finish it with. The Patriots defense today They might not have been great all year long. They might not have been the best all year long. But you know what a great team does? When they get to that big game, when they get to the game that actually matters, they show up, they turn out, and they make it so it is impossible for anybody to get past their game plan. The Patriots brought their game plan to this game, and they said, stop us.
Yeah.
Stop us, because you cannot beat us on this day. We know what you are going to do because we know who you are. The Patriots are better than anybody else, than any franchise currently in all of sports.
Yeah.
All of sports.
They're the biggest dynasty. I honestly say they're the best dynasty we've ever seen in sports because it's been one quarterback, one coach.
And in fairness,
in any sport, I don't care what you say about Jordan. I don't care what you say about Manchester United with Sir Alex Ferguson. The NFL, I think, is the pinnacle of athletic performance. And that is where it comes down to this. What we're witnessing now, we're going to be able to tell our grandkids that we saw the greatest quarterback of all time with the greatest head coach of all time.
And Aaron, I actually like being an NFL fan first. For me, the NFL is the hardest league to win the big game.
Yeah.
And for the fact that 18 years and 6 of those 18 years, the Patriots have won.
Yeah.
That is a mind-blowing stat. That is a mind-blowing stat. The fact that for the last 18 years.
And because what you need to realize is the MLB, you have a 7-game playoff. NBA, 7-game playoff. When it comes to Premier League, it's the whole season leads up to that, so it's not really a playoff game.
Well, but Champions League, but put it into Champions League terms.
We'll talk about Champions League. It leads up to that.
You get a two-leg set.
To a galvanizing moment where you say we are the best in the world of any athlete that is out there. And if Gronk does retire next year, DW, it's going to be a big hit for the Patriots. But I'll tell you what, Bill Belichick won't care. He'll find a way to replace him.
Bill Belichick found a way to replace Tom Brady the year that Tom Brady went down.
Exactly like Vandy said, the Pats are never good in the first half of the season. They're great in the second half every year. And Matthew, make that Super Bowl poster because I want one now. Just send it this way. I want one now. Just Photoshop Tom Brady wearing his fucking 6 cock ring. I don't care.
By the way, Matthew's the one that made your Virgil van Dijk poster.
My Virgil van Dijk poster is amazing. It's hanging right up over my gaming monitor right now. So I look at that thing every single night. It's amazing.
Awesome. I'll make one tonight. See, Matthew's looking at money already. Matthew out here in 2019. But by the way, so it's Aaron. So the Diego Maradona, it's going to be same style as that.
It's awesome. Yeah, the Diego Maradona one, I love that one too.
So guys, we'll go ahead. We're 42 minutes in. We're kind of talked about everything.
Yeah, we're kind of steaming out right now.
So I think that this is a perfect place to wrap this up. I mean, Aaron, final thoughts.
Patriots are the greatest team you're ever going to watch in your life. And if you watch this game start to finish, you just witness greatness. And you get to tell everyone for the rest of your life that you witnessed the greatest team in history win their 6th title.
I would say greatest franchise in history. I think it's a better way to put it. Because overall, like we were just talking,
the best dynasty in history.
DW, 100% get it. And we're wrapping up anyways. So, I mean, my final thoughts, Patriots, thank you for, I mean, I'm a Cardinals fan. Thank you for shutting down the Rams. Thank you for instituting the playbook for how to stop the Rams offense. And this is exactly the game that I've been waiting for, Aaron. This is the game I've been waiting for because I believe this will start the downfall of the Rams because their offense was figured out today.
Yep.
Those crossing routes behind the line of scrimmage, those crossing routes out in front, they were figured out today from the start to the finish. There was no doubt about who was going to win this game, and it was always going to be the New England Patriots. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today, and I hope that you guys all have a great night, a great day, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Keep doing you, because I love you guys, and you guys are awesome. Great win, Patriots, and thank you for making couple of Cardinals fans very, very proud.
Oh shit, Vandy, take care, man. Love you, Vandy. Let's get out of here.